Hello and welcome to Mission 80 of my camera hack series, where we'll look at weird behind the scenes stuff in cutscenes. Now, for a start, as much as I'd love to throw an evil laugh in your face and say, haha, I made you wait a month for a 1 minute episode, I'm not quite that evil. Plan is, I'll put this and both versions of this mission up at 3 PM GMT on whatever day it goes up, and 5 hours later, at 8 PM GMT, I'll put up Mad Dog Camera Hack to make up for the shortness of this mission, and everyone's happy. So, I'm sure you all know that this mission is literally a 30-second cutscene where CJ signs a contract that doesn't actually seem to make any in-game difference, so there's not much else to discuss, I'm afraid. The most interesting thing I can talk about is how, in the beta, this was originally a full-fledged mission where... Okay, right, let's see how well I remember it without looking it up. You take Ronfall lead to the airport, and there's an ambush, and you kill people, and someone has a golf club, and then you go back and sign a contract. Now let's see how close that is, excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty close. Woozy gave CJ a golf club and had to protect Ronfall lead from a mafia attack. See, I know things, but you probably all don't care because you'll all be horribly bored due to the fact that you were wanting to actually watch a cutscene, not just watch me ramble for 2 minutes. Well, actually at this point I never know what to expect from you guys, but whatever, let's watch the cutscene.
Mr. Ronfall Lee. Gentlemen, can I have your marks, please? Gentlemen? Or shall I say partners?
Oh, I drank to that.
I'm not gonna lie, these short single cutscene episodes aren't great, which is why I aim to make this one feel like less of a cop-out, not just by uploading another one on the same day, but also by doing something else very special that I won't spoil right now, but while it's happening, let's have a quick look back at some of the significant and crazy, hilarious things we saw in that cutscene. It started off interestingly with this weird position this triad was in, like he's doing some sort of bizarre kind of stretch. Maybe he plans on making me hate him less by working out. I suppose he wasn't too annoying this time, so I get points for that. Again, we've got another table moving for seemingly no reason through the floor. I really never do understand why Rockstar keep doing that. Woozy should probably get that checked out. He's just like, oh yeah, it's my pet table. Sometimes he gets a bit impatient and it does that. I could picture that. It could be his form of a guide dog. He's so loyal to his master Woozy that he literally just morphed through a table to give him a drink. Maybe it's the pet table again. It felt a bit hungry and ate to go pee up. Man, my mind is sick. I didn't have to make this picture of someone inside the table so weird. But really he's asking to be made weird. As if it wasn't already weird. Good god, that was a hell of a crash. Let's just lay the blame solely on that other guy for that one. Anyway, I've still got one final clip from the mission I want to look at. Let's have a look at that real quick before I explain what I'm doing. Random floating plate, which is pointless because after it finishes with its little floating act, the cup's just teleported to their hands anyway. I like rich people who do things just for the sake of showing off, even when it's not necessary. Not to say that's what all rich people are like. Although if there are any rich people watching, feel free to show off your immense wealth in the comments. Somehow. I recommend you comment, I got my butler to type this comment. That's how rich I am. Signed Jeeves. So yeah, you're probably wondering what this quarry mission has to do with camera hack. I feel like it'll be a bigger surprise if I wait until after I'm done to fully explain it, but I felt it would be a good idea to include this as a little bonus for this episode considering how short it was. If you're observant, you may have already noticed what's happened, but I'll continue to tease less sharp-eyed viewers. Now watch as I do many things that don't make any sense until I explain them to you. Don't you all just love being out of a loop? Excuse me, good sir, I need this as an emergency. Or, well, it's probably more important than whatever you're doing. It's a bit of a race against the clock, this whole thing's kind of frantic. Whoa! That super over-the-top action-style bailout definitely helped the intense feeling. I should have put some music over this or something, but then again I still have 2 minutes left on the clock, so I'm making it out to be more tied to time frame than it really is. Now, dear viewer, observe, and prepare to have your mind blown. One thing I can mention is that holding tab, or whatever your answer call button is, allows you to hold the calls, meaning you can keep the call ready to answer as long as you want, or even bring the call into places you normally can. Now watch carefully.
Mr. Ronfall Lee. Gentlemen, can I have your marks, please? Gentlemen? Or shall I say partners?
Oh, I drank to that.
So, you may be wondering why the universe seemingly imploded there, and resulted in there being clones of everybody as if two alternate dimensions had collided or something. Oh, I feel kinda giddy knowing exactly what happened now, whilst I seem like a magical wizard to the rest of you. It's a cool feeling.
Don't criticize what you don't understand, son.
Don't you love the King's music?
Of course.
Hello?
Carl, it's me, Ken. The Leone family has made their move. Salvatore's here. Now, he's taken over Caligula. We're screwed. It's war for control of Venturis, man. War. War! There's word of some triad visitors, something that should keep them busy. I'm calling from the bathroom. I gotta go. I really gotta go.
Sorry, bit of an interruption there, that's the next mission unlocking. So, simplified right down to the basics, what I did there was start the same mission twice. No mods, not even any cheats, just an exploitation of the code to completely and utterly break everything. If you really want a big, long explanation of exactly what happened there, you better prepare yourself, because this is going to be a big one. So basically, when you start a mission, you can't start over missions or take phone calls, right? This is because of a variable that is set every time you start a mission to prevent you from being able to do what I just did there. When I started the quarry mission, that variable became active, but it only became active when the screen faded to black fully. This meant that since I had a phone call available, a phone call activated during this fade to black before the variable is activated. In case you don't know, phone calls also set up this variable. You can't stop missions while you're on the phone. Anytime the phone rings, whether you answer it or not, this variable is activated. If you don't answer, the variable is deactivated, allowing you to start a mission. Therefore, since I started the quarry missions with a phone call available, something you should never be able to do, I was able to deactivate the variable while on mission by interrupting the phone call. I then set charges on the bulldozer and drove over to the 4 dragons. Remember, the variable is now deactivated, so I can start the mission while the quarry submission is still active, but that would crash the game. Instead, I hold the call while entering the building, which sets the variable on again. I stand in the area where the mission would start and set off the charges, blowing up the bulldozer and failing the mission. Since I failed the mission, this prompts the variable to deactivate again, even though I'm still holding a call, and therefore allows me to start fishing the barrel. Since I still had this call waiting, once the first cutscene started, I let go of tab, which is treated as me not answering the call since you can answer them in interiors. And of course, this prompts the variable to deactivate again since the phone stopped ringing even though the fish in the barrel cutscene is still running. Since the real CJs actually still stood where he was before during the cutscene, this allows him to start the mission again since the variable that prevents you from starting it again has been improperly deactivated, causing the cutscene to run a separate iteration, and that is what happened. Hopefully at least one of you found that interesting so it wasn't all for naught. You can always just ogle the crazy double cutscene if you don't care about that, or watch the text version of the episode if you didn't understand what I was saying. One thing I did notice about the double cutscenes is that the original iteration seemed to come to an almost complete stop rather than continuing with their scripts. If you look closely, they are moving very slowly, but not much, which is weird. But yeah, everything is doubled, and this can be done with every mission, sometimes producing very strange results. And it's even possible to start a mission even more than twice if you want to get really wacky. I've just introduced you to the strange and weird world of duping, and with that, I shall be ending the video. Thanks for watching, remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and leave feedback in the comment section below to help me improve. Also make sure you follow me on Twitter if you're interested for previews and updates on upcoming videos. Next time is Mission 81, Mad Dog, which won't be as technical. I just did the whole duping thing to pad this episode out a bit. Of course, this also serves as a bit of an experiment. If you guys would like to see more missions doubled, tripled, or quadrupled multiple times on top of each other, I'd be happy to oblige. But yeah, Mad Dog's a big milestone mission, so that'll be awesome. And we'll finally have caught up to that point in the Christmas special. But let's give CJ the final word.
Goodbye.
I hope that's a gun at the back of my head and not something else.
Don't try to be funny. You are not funny, Carl Johnson.
Causing the cutscene to run a separate iteration, and that is what happened. Oh, yes, there we go. First try.